I've read almost 200 books and only 4 of those books have been a 6-star read for me, so let's talk about them. I also have some honourable mentions at the bottom as well because whilst they weren't 6 stars, they were close. My first 6-star read is definitely Immortal Dark. This was actually one of the first books I ever considered 6 stars in my opinion. I've never read a book where the enemies side of things was actually like they hate each other as much as this book. If We Were Villains. I really didn't expect myself to love this book as much as I did, and I connected to these characters way more than I ever expected to. I cannot stop thinking about this book. I've read it quite a while ago now, and the fact that I still think about this, and when I think of like the best books I've ever read, this is one of them, it just comes to my mind immediately. The first book to ever make me cry, we've got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Now I know why some people don't like this book, it is a little bit slower, but I loved it. It didn't bother me, it was slow in a good way. The writing in this, probably the first book I've ever read that I felt like the whole story was truly just written like poetry. The last 6-star read is actually a 6-star series, and I haven't even finished the series, but I know that that's what it is for me. Magnolia Parks. Now, I gave the first book 4 stars. I was a little unsure, and then since continuing with the second and third books, I have not been okay. I have actually been putting off every book in this series, like procrastinating reading it because I'm terrified of the emotional damage and also of running out of books to read. I read Daisy Hates pretty soon after reading Magnolia Parks, but oh my gosh, once I read Daisy Hates, trying to get myself to read The Long Way Home was like pulling teeth. I have never, ever, ever felt so connected, so like in the book. I feel like I'm there, I feel like I know everybody, and just everything hits me so hard. And now I'm supposed to be reading Daisy Hates the Great Undoing, the 4th book, and because of The Long Way Home and the emotional damage, I am too scared. I do have some honourable mentions. Normal People. This isn't a 6-star read, however it was a really close call. I actually watched the show before reading this book, so I think it might have helped because I kind of knew where the story was going. I knew it was going to be good, but I just didn't expect it to hit me still so hard, even after I already knew what was going to happen. And finally, The Day of the Triffids. This is like my most loved nostalgic book. I read this like basically to get back into reading when I was a teenager. My dad recommended it and I loved it. I read it so quickly and I will not stop talking about it. It's not quite 6 stars for me, only because I haven't read it since I was like 16, but I do need to reread it. I loved this. It got me back into reading and I haven't looked back.